Hi, this is Sandy, and welcome to Obtain Success with Sandy. This is my success tip of the day, and it comes from the richest man that ever lived. When we think of rich people these days, we think of Bill Gates, right? Or Mark Zuckerberg, or somebody that made a ton of money on the internet. But actually, they weren't rich compared to this guy, and his name was Solomon. He actually did exist. He was a real person. Archaeological digs have proved that he did exist. What did he do? Well, he built a temple for one thing. He was an uncommon achiever because he built a temple that was worth a lot of money. How much was it worth? I'm going to look at this right here, the sheet that tells me how much it was actually worth. In 1929, the Illinois Society of Architects did an extensive study, and they believed that back then, into those dollars back in 1929, it was worth $87 billion. Well, that's a huge amount of money, but in today's society, with the inflation, we figure it's worth about $700 billion. That is a huge amount of money. Can you imagine what Solomon's temple must have looked like? And that doesn't even compare to all the wealth he had. I mean, he had palaces. He had all kinds of wealth around him all the time. And why did he have that wealth around him? Well, number one, he was an uncommon achiever. And what are uncommon achievers like? Well, let me read this to you. And it says, uncommon achievers are different, right? We agree with that. In a doubting world, they believe. In today's world, that's very important because we have a lot of doubting people that don't seem to really believe in anything. In a slow world, they run. In a weeping world, they laugh. How about in today's world, in a hating world, they love. In a quitting world, they persevere. And that is very true of Solomon. He persevered through many things. And so how did he persevere? What was it that made him want to build this huge, expensive building, this temple? Well, he had a dream. Number one, he had a dream. His father, David, who was not allowed to build the temple, the Lord wouldn't let him build the temple, probably put this dream in him from the time he was born. He said, Solomon, you're going to build a temple for the Lord someday. And David actually started getting together the materials that he needed. But it was Solomon's dream. He had this uncommon dream to build this temple. And number two, he sought after wisdom. He made wisdom his obsession. When he became the king and he knew he was going to have to undertake this very important task, he asked the Lord for wisdom. He didn't ask him for the money to do it. He didn't ask him for war equipment so he could go out and conquer people to get what he needed. He asked for the wisdom to get it. So he made wisdom his obsession. So how did Solomon succeed? Well, number one, he had an uncommon dream. And he was an uncommon achiever. And number two, he asked for wisdom. That was how he accomplished everything that he accomplished. This is Sandy. This has been your success tip of the day. So click on the link below and check out my website for more information about health, wealth, and lifestyle.